till we cross to the Hawthorn, so we've got a bit of time left. Let's speak to Atherton Town, because they're our next team in the spotlight. 6th in the league at the moment, in the Midlands League Premier Division. And joining me now is club captain Connor Gudger and Richard Miller, who is the club's club strategy lead. Sorry. Good evening, both. You okay?
Evening. How are we doing, all right?
Yes, good, thank you. Connor, I want to start with you because at the top of the show we had Leamington manager Paul Holloran on, and he spoke very highly of you. So it's great to see.
I've been rushing around before the show, so I haven't had a chance to tune in, but hopefully all positive. And
he said you're very good on a night out, Connor.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, he said he said you were very good on a night out, and you were a very good footballer.
On that too much on live radio, but
no, it's Connor.
Listening, and I look forward to having a beer with you, Gaffer.
Lovely stuff, Connor. I want to start with you before we chat with Richard. Really strong start at the minute, 6th in the league. You must be happy with how things are going on the pitch, yeah?
Yeah, really happy. I mean, we actually had a really bad start. But, you know, I've been involved in the game for a long time, and I've never played for a team that doesn't, at some point during the season, kind of have a 5-6 game period where we're not winning games. So if that's the only period in the season where we're not going to go and win games, I'd rather it be at the start. You know, and we've turned that corner now and we're looking really strong. I think it's 10-11 in the league unbeaten, with a decent FA Vars run in there as well. So yeah, it's been a good start so far.
And, you know, it's your 4th year at the club as well. You know, you must be enjoying things at Atherton Town.
Yeah, I love it here. I mean, you know, I was born and raised in Atherton. So, you know, long before I signed for the club, I was down at the Adders watching from the age of 5-6. And I'm sure I'll be down watching long after I retire. So, yeah, I always wanted to play for the club. It was slightly earlier, probably than I envisioned, just due to injuries. But, yeah, look, anyone that knows me knows just how much I love this club and just how much I want it to be successful. So,
I guess as well, it's your aim, you know, like I said, you know, not the best start to the season, but picks up and the league is showing that in the position you're in. Is that kind of where you want to finish this season in that top 6? Yeah,
I mean, look, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't think we were good enough to go all the way and win it, if I'm honest. And that's not to put pressure on us, but, you know, I look at my teammates around me and I look at, you know, kind of the squad that the gaffer and his team have put together. And it's not just a good 11, you know, it's a fantastic 16 this year. And, you know, it's one of them leagues where anyone can beat anyone. So, you know, we won't get complacent, but I see how hard we all work for each other. You know, we're dying the pitch for each other. And as I say, I'll be lying to you if I said I didn't think we could go and win it, but, you know, there's a long way to go, so let's see.
Absolutely. Let's just have a quick chat with Richard. Richard, you're the club's strategy lead. What exactly does that role entail?
That's a good question. I don't think I've got a job profile, what actually that means. I'm making it up as I go along. But it's really looking at what we can do to look at the future for the club. As Connor says, we know what we're doing on the pitch and we're doing very well with that. But what does the future of football in Atherton look like beyond this season? And building on the strong foundations we have from a footballing team. And we're a well-supported club. To now make sure that we can kick on for the future. So we've done lots of things since the start of the season. We've worked on our social media incredibly hard to make us, you know, more visible. And again, it helps when we're winning on the pitch. But there's lots of stuff that we want to be doing in the future. So it's really about planning for beyond this season, for the next 3, 4, 5 seasons to see where we want to end up, and we want a much bigger infrastructure than we have at Atherton. We look at some other competitors in the area, and we think we can be, you know, as big as they have built, you know, off the field, and that's really what it's about for my role. That I see is about making the club a viable option for sponsors, making us a viable option for extra, you know, better and better players coming to us as well by building on our infrastructure and making people want to come through the gate. So it is a role that sort of is evolving, but it's an exciting one.
Absolutely. And like you said, you must be pretty happy then, Richard. Results not doing too bad on the pitch. I know your last game was called off because of the weather, but 6-0 win before that. Off the field, you and the backroom staff and the people associated with the club must be very happy.
Yeah, we're extremely happy, and we've really got an excellent bunch of volunteers that help. We've got a really strong committee, and it's just getting stronger by the week. And yeah, what happens on the pitch can only help us, push the club forwards for what we want to do. But it comes hand in hand. What we do hopefully helps on the pitch as well. With budgets, etc. So it's really important that we're getting it right in both places. And I think this is probably the strongest the club's been for a long time in both positions.
And Connor, I've just counted 5 games you've got between now and the new year. That's a lot of games, right?
It is a lot of games. It is a lot of games, especially kind of for me personally at 32 and getting on. But yeah, look, as I touched on before, we have really got a good 16, even 17, 18 as good lads not even getting on the bench at the minute. So, as the gaffer always does, I'm sure he'll chop and change and switch it up. And thankfully, when he does make them changes and gives people the breaks they need, we don't seem to be any weaker. So, I think from that point of view, we are quite fortunate. But as you say, I know it's cliche, but it's one game at a time, isn't it? You always just want to win the next game. So.
Absolutely. Connor, Richard, thank you very much for coming on this evening. And, all the best for Saturday and, all the best for season. I'm sure we'll catch up with you in the new year.
Yep, thanks for having us.
Thanks very much. Cheers.